After the hydraulic mechanism or hydraulic circuit, we need to know the hydraulic motor and its working principle. This is a radial piston type motor where the cylinder or block rotates about a curved shaped cam. Every cylinder has its piston and piston rod with a disc follower attachment at the bottom end. The follower passes over the wavy cam surface as the cylinder block, which discharge and receive all from the pump and cylinder respectively. To explain its working principle, the whole assembly is developed and it correctly and corresponding development figure is shown here in this picture is. When the cylinder A is supplied with oil, the piston of that cylinder will be turned exert a force against the roller. As the roller descends along the side of the cam, the cylinder block will only be able to move forward the right hand side. At the same time, the roller of the cylinder B will ascend the cam face, pushing the piston upward and discharge the oil to dye reservoir. The roller will arrive at the top of the cam when the entire amount of oil is discharged from the cylinder B. The supply of oil will have to be directed as to this cylinder now if the cylinder block movement is to be bound continue. This charging and discharging of oil and dye cylinder will ultimately provide the necessary movement of dye cylinder block. So this is the working principle of this hydraulic motor. After the hydraulic mechanism, next is undercarriage unit. This unit is very similar to that of the diesel shovel undercarriage unit, having a track and carrier roller attached to the crawler frame. The only difference is the shape of the track shoe, hardened gauges and provided at the exposed side of the shoe so that the more tractive effort can be obtained during operation instead of the flat surface to the shoe in the diesel or electrical shoe. After this, next is so now we need to know about the some important parts, that is bucket, then dipper stick and the boom. This is most important part of the shovel. So bucket used in shovel are two types. Number one is bottom discharge bucket and second one is side discharge bucket. Bottom discharge bucket, these buckets are used in diesel and electric shovel. The bucket is divided into front and rear portion. These two portions are welded at the middle. This is provided with a door at the bottom and a locking arrangement at the lower end of the front part. Locking is done by tilting the bucket so that the self weight of the door is acted upon with close the door. Unlocking of the latch is achieved by pulling the cord operated by the small air motor or electric motor. Teeth are mounted on the top of the front. The bucket are used in mode. This bucket are used in mode both diesel and electric. The material front part, rocker arm, high mills, my steel, rear end door, alloy steel. The main part of this booms, bottom discharge bucket are bottom order, dipper stick and bucket top joint, then bucket front, teeth, rocker arm, door latch, bucket waist roll. so the picture is shown about the picture is the bottom discharge bucket. The next is come to the second one, that is side discharge bucket. So student, this is the side discharge bucket. They are used in hydraulic shovel, front end loader or prey loader. The shape of the bucket is very similar to the hollow cylinder cut through its axis. They do not have any tube. The material is discharged by tilting the bucket. The bucket is provided on the stick and is provided and is operation by a piston cylinder arrangement. Cylinder arrangement. The movement of the bucket is very similar to the wrist action of a human being. This helps to pick up the material on a selection basis also. So this is the basically bucket type of buckets of the shovel. The next is dipper stick. So here is the dipper stick. The dipper stick are two types. They are single piece member as found in the hydraulic shovel, and two piece members are used in diesel and electric shovel. The one piece member can simply in construction, and the view of two piece member is the picture is shown in the picture. They are joined at the front by means of a suitable design fixture, where there is a provision for attaching the bucket as well. Segment gear teeth are welded at the lower end of the two-piece member. Segment and teeth help is repairing or replacing the one teeth. So here the picture shows about the dipper stick of the shovel. The next one is boom. So student, here is the picture of boom. The boom consists of two-piece member pinned at its bottom end to the turntable of the shovel. This permits the movement of the boom in a vertical plane. The two-piece member has an axle at its top end. These are the two booms mounted on the axle plate is between the two-piece member. In addition to there are two pulleys connected by means of a rope arrangement, and the rope is allowed to pass around the pulley. The boom is also provided with a dipper stick driving mechanism at the outer end of the two-piece member. This stick driving mechanism is known as the saddle block. So this is the most important part of the shovel. Now we'll go for the cyclic operation of the shovel. So just one. So loading the bucket, swinging the bucket to the dumping point, dumping the load, swing the empty bucket to the cutting point. In the loading segment, the bucket is forced and crowd into the bank of material and then raised. In the matter, the material is scrapped into the bucket. This completes the loading segment. The entire superstructure of the shovel is swing to the dumping point, and simultaneously the bucket is hoisted clear of the dumping point, completing the swing action. When the bucket is just above the dumping point, the material is discharged either by opening the bucket door or tilting the bucket, as the case of maybe. The empty bucket is swung back to the cut position by turning the superstructure and adjusting the movement of the bucket boom stick, which completes the last part of hence the cycle. After the cycle operation, now the next topic is shovel installation and Commission. The commissioning procedure depends upon the size of the equipment. The equipment is divided into the following division. That is, number one is undercarriage unit, turntable, fitted with a cabin and transmission. Next is boom, dipper stick and bucket, and the last one is other necessary fitting and the attachment. In this way, the shovel is installed. After the installation, we need to the trial run. After completing completion of the installation, the shovel is run with no load for about 8 hours or as specified by the manufacturer. If no difficulty appears in running, the shovel is then run at half load condition at about 100 hours or as specified by the manufacturer. If the shovel is found correct, the equipment is certified for production. Here is some important picture of the shovel used in the wildlife. After this, we will go for the maintenance. So everything is required for the maintenance. So here also maintenance is important. So there are different parts, and the different parts will be maintained in different way. So that is the bucket or dipper maintenance method, dipper stick method, dipper stick maintenance, boom maintenance, undercarriage unit maintenance, power transmission system maintenance, hoist mechanism maintenance, crowd mechanism maintenance, travel mechanism maintenance, hydraulic preventive maintenance. As a diesel shovel, if we discuss on 50 hours maintenance, first one is hosting maintenance. Next, after completing the host mechanism, next is maintenance. Next is crowd system maintenance. After completing the crowd system maintenance, then go for the swing and propel system maintenance, and then other maintenance. In this way, we will go and this is the technical information of a shovel. And swing speed are most important. For electric shovel capacity, motor in the set motor generator, set capacity, supply, cycle time, swing speed, travel speed, collar, track length, width of the collar, track width of the collar, link, force, crowd force, and boom length are most important. So here is the technical information of this diesel. Next is comparison study of the shovel. Here first row show about the diesel, second is electrical, and third one is hydraulic. Here the comparison of electrical, diesel, electrical and hydraulic shovel are there. Here the comparison based on their construction, their working, even when their maintenance features. So this is the topics of the Sunday. So thank you class. For more information, please go through the notes. Thank you so much.